Hello everyone, it's Mrs. Simpson, the library granny. Welcome to my library in my living room again, and come and sit at my knee and let's have a story. So, the last book that I read was this book, and apparently it was quite popular. I got a few emails from a few readers who really enjoyed this book, What Pet to Get by Emma Dodd. So I thought I would read this book, also by Emma Dodd, called The Entertainer. But before we start, I'd just like to wave out into Storyland to some of my friends. Sienna and Lila and Cece and Lachlan and his brother Cormac and Bram and Anaya and Kathy and Eliana and her brother Harrison, to Kenya and Mia and Yumika, who are new listeners to my stories, and to my friend who lives all the way in Liverpool, Caroline, and to another friend who hasn't listened to any of our stories yet, but I hope he will, Kai, and to his grandmother, Astrid. So, I'm here with all my friends. Of course, Penelope's here. She's been here with me since the beginning. All right, so let's share The Entertainer by Emma Dodd. And I've told you before when I read What Pet to Get, I love that book because of the illustrations. And in this book, Emma Dodd has done her own illustrations again. So, The Entertainer. Now this is the keeper, and he's looking inside the cage, and it says, "Please do not feed. I think someone is missing. Someone has escaped." Ding dong, hip hip hooray. There's someone special here today. Make room, let him get past. The entertainer is here at last. Now, if you look very closely at this picture, you can see that the boys and girls in the picture are dressed up in costumes. So I wonder, what are they celebrating and why do they need an entertainer? "Well, come in, said Billy's mom. "Tea?" Dad asked. "Please do have some. Your costume looks so naturalistic." The entertainer grabbed a biscuit. Doesn't the entertainer look a little surprised? Well, he scoffed the lot in one big gulp and thanked his host by saying, "Bert." Mom looked quite shocked. She said to Dad, "His manners are really quite bad." But something interesting on this page, there's a little yellow box. Let's read what the yellow box says. "We must point out it's rather rude to Bert when someone gives you food. I'm sure you know it's never right to do a thing that's so impolite." You guys, you would never do anything like that, would you? Oh, noisy chicken's going. No, he would never. The children chased him through the door, where gifts were thrown across the floor. Among them, Billy's gift from Mom. He stepped. He slipped. He whirled. He spun. Wow! doesn't look too impressed. And then, crash! His journey stopped at last. The children clapped. The children laughed. He is hilarious, they gasped. Hilarious? Repeated Mom. But I thought, in her head she thought, I wished he'd never come. The entertainer grabbed a jug and drank the water. Glug, glug, glug. Next he took the flower bunch. He chewed the stems. Crunch, crunch, crunch. And then the entertainer found a bowl of fruit. Mom looked and frowned. Into his mouth each piece he threw, as Billy cried, hey, he juggles too. Down they went in one big bite. Bravo, the kids cried in delight. This guy is great, they said to Mom. We're really, really glad he's come. But another yellow box. We advise you not to test this hazardous way to digest. Chewing helps release the flavor and does your poor stomach a favor. When he'd finished juggling fruit, the children asked to try his suit. They tugged, they yanked, they poked, they ripped, but couldn't find where it unzipped. Boys and girls, have you figured it out yet? Why couldn't they get it unzipped? He stopped the kids with big brown paws. Attached to that were long, sharp claws. He reached out for the red balloon when bang! Bang, 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 boom! He popped it. The entertainer turned and fled and found next door the birthday spread. He licked his lips. His tummy rumbled. Over to the feast he stumbled. The children found him in a heap, snoring loudly, fast asleep. Oh no, the food, gasped Billy's mom. It's in the entertainer's tum tum tum. Another yellow box. Never ever help yourselves to laid out feasts or food on shelves. It is polite, I'm sure you've heard, to wait until the food's been served. The children laughed. You are a tease, but can we have our tea now, please? Mom dashed to the refrigerator. What luck, I saved the cake for later. They ate the cake. It tasted splendid. And that's when the birthday party ended. Out the guests filed through the door, and the entertainer waved his paw. Now we're getting to almost the last page. Has anybody figured things out yet? Let's keep going. Billy said, "Oh, Mom, I'm so impressed. that entertainer was the best. He added, "Mom, can I be clear? I'd like the same one every year." And then the doorbell rang. Ding dong. Who could be at the door? A man stood with a bear suit on. He said, "I'm sorry I'm so late. I went to number 28. So, boys and girls, let's see what the yellow box says. If a bear turns up one morning, hold him there and heed this warning. Our advice could not be plainer. Make sure he's the correct entertainer." So of course, Emma Dodd is trying to tell us that the bear came to the door. He was a real bear, not a man in a bear suit. And that's another reason why I love Emma Dodd's books. They're silly. Now, before I say goodbye to you, I'm just wondering, does anybody notice something special about me today? I bet somebody's figured it out. Okay, bye everyone, till I'm here in my library again to read you another book.